This message was approved by the IFOC.
And this was no accident.
Wrap him with a ladle on the side of his Buckethead. See if you will ever hear again after the bell has pealed. The curious carillon echo of a departing ship resounding, a haunting pulse from the bottom locker of his empty ocean. A resounding wail undulates the blubber under his fins. His head is a bucket full of nothing. Lost at sea, it has sprung a fatal leak. Yet no one ever saw or heard it burst. A well-kept secret split along trade routes' riveted seams, ruptured by the awful pleasure of the bends from within. A corpulent stream of luminous liquid jettisons sea foam green. It leaves a sanguine puddle on the lowest poop deck, inebriating its marble floors with an ominous brine. A starfish goes overboard and trades in pearls as collateral. Eddies of mussels flex and extend their influence abroad.
This was no accident.
Crack him again, he deserves it. Surely he can take the next hit even harder. This time do it with a giant wooden match from the lunch. It makes a full, dull thud and causes an instant dent.
No accident.
A sudden pang that can only be traced from his nerves inside out. It takes him down to the galley floor on one rusted knee. Gazing through an open black round portal in the ice, cupping his hands in frigid ink passing, enduring the sudden contraction, erasing all emotions. Applying the primal potion to his temple, attempting to restore his transparent memory. He can't seem to remember his own face. It hits home so hard it makes him feel like hammered mercury. Mournful, he sheds a pool of tears that freeze in midair. Scoops the saltine crystals up and returns them to the pail. Pale blue diamonds, magnetic
facets to gravity's lazy eye.
Centrifugal force brought him to the great north, where phantoms build their igloos in the bearable summer. The shocking cold always returns, a live wire on his thin, tin skin. He conducts lightning directly from his head, an electric symphony, a sparking venom fire dance on an imaginary iceberg. He drew a blank and headed due south from the dreary Arctic. He returned by following his own footprints in the snow. Stumbling from drift to drift, he faltered. His silver hoar crown fell onto the floe, eyes wide open and weeping. Coming so close to losing his head forever in a tidal wave. The skin of his kid gloves stuck to the handle. His blue grip forged a vice that not even a Yeti could pry loose. He pulled the bucket up, and with his shoulders shuddering, he began swinging it around in giant circles at great speed. He floated above the tundra, penguins pointing up in awe at this whirlybird.
Feel it. Mouth agape, eyes agog, soaked and corroded,
gingerly placing his metal mind back upon the neck where it belongs. He was almost home. Reunited with his old shelf in the shed, fed up to the brim, he hung his iron agony on old hooks. He spotted chimney smoke at bay from a distance. His haunted home on the hill came into view. A snake in the shape of a hose slithered across the frosted, manicured lawn. He fumbled for the keys to his kingdom, stepping across the threshold into his profoundly empty abode. Buckethead hobbled over to the big porcelain basin. He leaned forward at the waist with arms akimbo, bowing before the mighty golden faucet. He turned the lip tap up full bore, gushing, replenishing the evaporated vessel from the abundant love from a sponge.
This was no accident.
One gulp slaked his thirst through the opening. At the top of his body, just below the heavens, water was a wise choice, but any fluid would do. The fuller his bucket, the faster he sunk to the bottom. The last words to come out of his metal head were,
This